If you've ever had one of those injuries that just won't go away, or you're dealing with chronic pain, you know how desperate you can get for something that actually works. Well, today, we're going to demystify a really fascinating new approach to healing called SoftWave therapy. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what it is, how it works, and who's already using it.
So let me start with a question. Have you ever heard of something called the stem cell machine? It's a pretty powerful nickname, and it gets right to the point of what this technology is all about. But, it might not be what you're picturing in your head.
Yeah, you're probably imagining some big, complicated, sci-fi-looking thing, but the real innovation here is all about how it works with your own body's natural systems. So let's peel back the layers and see what this so-called stem cell machine is all about.
All right, that nickname is our first stop. Seriously, once you understand why people call it that, the whole concept behind the therapy just clicks into place. So what is it, really? Well, put simply, SoftWave therapy is a non-invasive way to basically wake up your body's own healing powers. And here's the most important part. It's not injecting any stem cells, not at all. It's actually prompting your body to send its own natural repair crew to the scene of the injury. It's a huge deal for anyone who really wants to avoid injections or going under the knife.
Okay, but how in the world can sound possibly heal an injury? I know, it sounds a little bit like magic, but there's some really cool science behind it. Let's dive in.
The whole idea hinges on this one clever concept. The machine essentially tricks your body, in a good way. It sends out these special acoustic sound waves that your body interprets as a brand new injury. And that signal, it's like a big wake-up call for your internal emergency response team. So what happens when your body gets that signal? It kicks off this amazing two-part response. First, it creates a little bit of controlled inflammation. That's the body's natural way of shouting, "Hey, we need some help over here." But at the exact same time, it launches a massive healing response, basically calling in the cavalry to fix the problem. And that healing response really boils down to three huge biological effects. Number one, it ramps up blood flow, bringing more oxygen and all the good stuff to the area. Two, it helps recycle old, damaged cells, kind of clearing out the rubble to make way for new tissue. And three, this is the big one, it stimulates your body's own stem cells to rush to the area and start rebuilding whatever is broken, whether that's bone, muscle, or cartilage.
And you can see right here how it all works together in this beautiful cycle. The better blood flow activates the stem cells, which then helps calm down the inflammation and reduce pain. It's all about helping your body do what it's already designed to do.
Okay, so the science is pretty cool, but what does it actually feel like? What happens when you go in for a treatment? Let's walk through what a typical session looks like.
So this right here is the machine that creates those sound waves we were just talking about. The most important part is that handheld applicator. That's what lets a technician deliver the therapy to the exact spot where you need it.
Now, a session isn't just a one-size-fits-all thing. It's actually a really targeted process. A technician might start out in what's called a diagnostic mode, using the applicator to find the exact areas of damaged tissue. Then, once they've mapped out those spots, they'll switch over to a gentler therapeutic mode to start the actual healing.
And the treatment itself? It's actually super quick and simple. The technician just holds the applicator on that spot for about 10 to 30 seconds. That's really all it takes to send that signal we talked about and get the whole cellular repair process started.
So, with any new technology, there's always the big question of credibility. Is this just a fad, or is it on its way to becoming a new gold standard in regenerative medicine? Let's take a look at the evidence.
A pretty good place to start is just by following the money. Over $25 million have been pumped into the research and development of SoftWave. That is a serious amount of money, which shows a real commitment to proving that the science is solid.
But maybe even more important than the money is who is using this technology. We're talking about the absolute top-tier medical institutions, the Cleveland Clinic, the Mayo Clinic, Walter Reed. I mean, when places like these adopt a new therapy, it really says a lot about its legitimacy.
And it's not just happening in research hospitals. This therapy is trusted by organizations where physical performance is literally everything. Pro sports teams in the NFL, MLB, the NBA, they're all using SoftWave to help their top athletes heal faster and get back in the game.
And I think this quote from co-founder John Warlick really gets to the heart of it all. No one should settle for living in pain or with a chronic injury. It shows this isn't just about a cool machine. It's about a real belief that people deserve to live better, pain-free lives.
Okay, so we've covered the science, we've looked at the credibility. Now for the most practical question of all. What do you actually need to know if you're thinking about this for yourself?
Let's just be totally transparent here. The good news is obvious. It's non-invasive, and it's an amazing alternative to shots and surgery. But the reality is, at least for now, it's usually not covered by insurance. The good thing is that a lot of clinics offer payment plans, and you might be able to use your HSA or FSA funds to cover it.
So what's the big takeaway from all of this? Well, SoftWave really represents a huge shift in medicine. It's moving away from just intervening and more toward activating the body's own incredible ability to heal itself. Which, it leaves you with a pretty big question to chew on. Is this what the future of natural healing looks like?